Okay, welcome to Endgame Week 16. So here we go. You have two big jobs for this last week of our course. Your first job is to evaluate the Webquest, and the second task is to take your final on Friday. So let's talk about your final exam. It's going to be available on Friday from 6 o'clock in the morning to 10 p.m. in the evening. You absolutely have to take the final because it counts 200 points. And for a few of you, this could be the difference between an A or a B. And if you are not able to take it within this time frame of Friday from 6 to 10, you had better tell me quick. And it is a comprehensive final. It covers absolutely everything that you've learned in the entire course. This is lecture only and not lab. So here's a few study tips to suggest. I'm reasoning that everybody pretty much has all the notes that you've saved on your computer, so I'm not really planning on turning the PowerPoints back on, but I will enable all the podcasts so you can listen to all the chapters again if you so choose and have the time. You definitely need to make an effort to watch all the YouTube videos if you have not been doing that, because 25 of the 100 questions are going to come from the YouTube videos. So 100 questions, 200 points. It's a 90-minute timed forced completion exam, which means that once you start, you have to finish in one sitting or it will kick you out. Now, I'm cutting it a little close, and I didn't really realize how close I was cutting it. What this is going to mean for me is that I'm going to have to make a special trip up to school on Saturday morning, and I'm going to have to work on submitting your grades. And I will put the announcement up on Blackboard, hey, your final grades are ready for viewing. And after this announcement is made, if you have any questions about your grade, then you had better email me quick because I have to turn the grades in by 4 p.m. on that Saturday, December 12th. Okay, so that all covers the final exam. If you have any questions, you can always email me. Okay, let's get to the hard part of the Webquest. So when you click on the semester project button, you're going to see this file of Endgame. So when you click on that file, you will see three files. So this folder is only for project managers. So when you click on that folder, project managers, you will see a form that you have to fill out. And just to make it clear, you're going to see these two fields in your form. The student name is the name of the student in your own team that you are evaluating their section. So if you, as a project manager, have done the introduction part and you're ready to evaluate the next section, which is process or task, I can't remember which one. So you write student name John Doe, section completed, task. So you're evaluating each section that was completed by each individual student. Now, if you happen not to know who did what section, then you better communicate with your team and you better find that information out. Everybody else, if you're not a project manager, you're going to be clicking on this folder and you want the individual Webquest reflection sheet. So when you find that form, you're going to fill out 5 of these. Okay, and project managers, you're going to be filling out 4 or 5 of your own individual project manager sheets, depending on how many people in your team. But individuals, you're going to do 5 of these. Now, for everyone, you can print out the forms, you can write them by hand, you can figure out a way of filling them in digitally on the computer. I don't care as long as they're filled out in some way. Okay, so everybody else, you're going to have 5 sheets because you're going to be evaluating every other Webquest, not your own Webquest. Okay, all students are going to be filling out this assessment form, so I'll get to that here in a minute. Now, in case you're wondering, well, how do I know what is Team Alpha or Beta's web link? Well, I've created this folder. This is a master list of Webquest links. And project managers, it's going to be very important for you in the beginning of this week, of week 16, to go into this folder and to make sure that your link is current. And I think most everybody's is, except for maybe one, because I couldn't make it work. So you need to let me know immediately so I can change the link, or it is open source. Hopefully you can edit it yourself. So I would respectfully ask that project managers only edit this folder, please. Okay, so you can change it and make it available for everybody. Now, to make it clear, whichever form you filled out, if you're a project manager or if you're an individual team member, you're going to be emailing these things to me. Okay, this assessment form is going to be submitted via Blackboard, and I'm going to show you how to do that here in a minute. So a quick note on emailing. So this is just some random files that I had on my desktop. So let's say these represent your 5 forms of your evaluating of the Webquest. Okay, the quickest way to do it and the smartest way to do it is to lasso all of these forms up and stick them in an attachment in one single email so that I don't get like 200,000 emails from John Doe. Okay, so if you're Barbara Hanson, then you're going to have 5 forms, and these are of team member A, B, C, D, and E, and these are sent to me in one email. Okay, now for the assessment form, which is part of this assessment lab stuff. Okay, this is where your grade is going to come from for doing your Webquest. And I know this is a lot, and I apologize for all this overhead. So when you click on the assessment form, you're going to see 3 pages. And this is the last page of this lab thingy. The first 2 pages you can completely ignore because I had to explain to whoever's reading this stuff what you guys have been doing for the last 10 to 12 weeks. Okay, so this is the last form, the last page. You fill it out to the best of your ability. Again, either digital or handwritten, I don't care as long as it's filled out. And just do your best. You can make up stuff, make it sound real good. And so anyway, just do your best. And if you have questions, you can ask me. So what you do with that completed form is that you go back to the semester project button, and you're going to see this button. This is project submission. You click on that, you browse your computer, you find the file, and you hit submit. And that's all there is to it. And this all has to be done, every bit of this Webquest stuff has to be done by 10 p.m. Thursday night. Okay, submit. Now, this is a checklist or summary to make sure that you've done everything. So project managers, do you have a form for every one of your members of your own Webquest team that you have filled out, and have you emailed me all that stuff in one email? Individuals, if you're not project managers, do you have a single sheet for every team, and you've evaluated every team and you've submitted all that stuff to me? And every student, have you filled out your assessment form? So kind of a checklist I wanted to go through. Seemed like there's something else I can't remember at this point. It just lost me. Now, final slide, and this is completely optional. This is only for Mr. Sadler. It's not for any points. It's just to give me some feedback as to how your experience was in the course. So if you notice the very bottom button, which is now going to be available to you, is the exit survey. So you can take a few minutes and fill out the exit survey, and I guarantee that nobody in the whole universe will see this except me. So it gives me feedback as to how it went the very first time of this course was offered. And you want to email this to me hopefully by Friday sometime. Okay, so that is it. That is the end. And good luck to everyone. If you have questions, please let me know. Thank you.